dollars or more and at least 2 federal student loans and currently not in school, you may qualify for one of these programs. Call now to check your eligibility. Student loan advisors are standing by to help you determine if you qualify for these new programs. They can help you reduce your interest, lower your payment, and even forgive a portion of your student loan debt. Take control of your financial future. Make this free 5-minute free call now to Nationwide Student Loans and learn how you can reduce your student loan debt.
800-949-8708. 800-949-8708. 800-949-8708. 800-949-8708.
It's been a long day. You've walked through 18 open houses, and you're pretty sure 10 of them have been ignored since the 80s. Your feet hurt, and your head is buzzing with words like wainscoting and butler's pantry. The idea of living in a van is starting to sound strangely appealing. But then you hear it. The sound of salvation, of hope, of Zillow. You glance at your phone to see a 3-bedroom Craftsman in the right school district, walking distance to coffee with a finished deck. It's pretty perfect. And it just showed up on your phone, like magic. When you sign up for mobile alerts from Zillow, we'll send you homes that fit your search criteria when they hit the market. You can view interior photos, historical pricing data, and learn more about the neighborhood right from your phone. Sign up today at Zillow.com or on our mobile and tablet apps. And to think, you wanted to live in a van. Zillow. Find your way home.
I know. You're thinking, there is nothing better than relaxing the days away on a soothing vacation. Unless you're saving a ton of money while you do it. Stop what you're doing right now and join Hotels Etc., America's premier discount travel service. When you join Hotels Etc., you'll be able to take the same amazing vacations and stay at the same amazing hotels with discounts up to 70%. You sure you got that?
Discounts up to 70%.
Plus, Hotels Etc. get you deals on everything, like cruises, car rentals, even movies, restaurants, entertainment, theme parks, and much, much more. Now you're thinking, this is going to cost me thousands. Well, think again. The low, low price will blow you away. Plus, if you join right now, you can try Hotels Etc. absolutely free for 72 hours. Wake up, people.
Try it free for 3 days.
No cost, no obligation. So now you have your vacation. And your money, too. Never pay full price again. Join Hotels Etc. right now and slash your travel and entertainment costs up to 70%. Call toll-free 877-967-7283. 877-967-7283 or sign up online hotelsetc.com. That's HOTELSETC.com.
You are tuned into WWE Lakeville, AM 1100.
The opinions expressed during the sponsored programs on this station are strictly those of the program hosts, guests, and callers and are not necessarily those of Beasley Broadcast Group, this station, its staff, other advertisers, or agencies.
Yes, we are back once again on another Saturday morning to talk sports. Good morning, people. You've entered inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge, and I am your host, Mr. Controversy. Did you miss me? You know, I had to let the camera on Facebook Live know. Yes, man, it's another great day. It's a little rainy and cloudy over here, but it's a great day for sports. And, of course, I'm not doing this by myself. Have my road dog, my partner in crime, Mr. D Intellectual. What's up?
Yes. What's up, bro? How you feeling, man?
Man, it's another great day, bro. I'm good, man. I'm just glad to be alive.
That's it. That's all. You know how it go.
But hey, anytime we can talk sports, hey, that's what it's about.
Great day.
You know. And first off, I would say this show is brought to you by Cindy Cuts Barbershop, Salad Express, and Sucker Free Life LLC. What's up to my not producer, but what do you call it, man? Engineer, the video guy, the guy that runs it all, Mr. G. What up, G?
Yo. The calm voice.
Again, we have another great show. Man, we're going to talk. I guess it's really the purpose for what's about to happen the next month.
Yes,
We
sir.
got college football, the preseason rankings that came out. We're going to dive into that with special guest, which he is no guest, but he'll be in at that time. Mr. H.O., the superstar. Also, we're going to talk NFL preseason. Man, we're going to talk about these helmets, man. This helmet, I don't know what they call this tackle. You can't tackle.
Can't tackle with
It's
your
like
head
it's
down,
not. It
tight.
does not. It doesn't make sense. But we're going to get into that.
You gotta look a guy in the eye when you tackle.
Make eye contact. Right. And also, hot topic, we're going to talk as far as, retaliation. When should a team retaliate if someone else on the other or the opposing team makes a non-sports play? Then we got quick hits, what's on our mind, stop it. Also baseball, man. We got to talk about these Atlanta Braves doing it big.
Yes.
So,
A-Town.
yes. Make sure you all check us out. Let your family and friends know they can listen locally in Atlanta on 1100 AM, The Real. Also, they can go to TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, Radio Now, and even go to the website 1100 WWWE, and they can check us out. And you can also call in at 404-603-8770 to give your 3 cents. All right, it's time for these quick hits. Let's get it. All right, first we're going to start off with Ohio State is back in the building, man. They need to just close this investigation. Well, I guess if you want to find out what's going on, there's no timetable, but just thinking about the players. But anyway, new reports have came out that Ohio State football assistant, what was his name? Zach Smith, right? Zach Smith.
Yeah.
He
This dude is character.
I should do what? His character?
Say this dude is a character.
Oh, he's a character. If this is, hopefully this, I don't know if this is true or not, but allegedly he ordered some sex toys and had them delivered to the campus and he had pictures of women, him doing things. Well, we got kids, so, listening, but a lot of stuff he's not supposed to be doing. Then the fact that he's in, who's that head coach? I can't think of the head coach's name.
Meyer.
No,
Tressel.
Tressel. No, not even Tressel. Woody.
Oh, Woody Hayes.
Yeah, talking about he in the Woody Hayes office or whatever they have for Woody Hayes, and he with them.
So it's something even bigger. So he's supposed to have pictures taken in the White House.
Yeah, he's taking in the White House, right?
like new pictures in the White
Now,
House.
this is coming from his wife, I guess soon to be ex-wife.
I'm sure.
But so it's kind of he say, she say. But wow.
New pictures in the White House.
And then I just got a report that Donald Trump gave him a call and told him to hit him up. They can hang out. I'm just kidding. Everybody.
Sounds about right.
But it's like this is like, and if this, okay, let's say if this is true, does it still? And she came out and said, of course, Meyer lied, and because he did come out and say at first that he didn't know anything about 2015.
Right.
Then he had a Rick James moment. Rick James is like, nah, I can't remember doing it. Yeah, I did it. I
plead the fifth.
Then all of a sudden he come in. But you know what I'm saying? But
I mean, even as a head coach, right? Like, who are you hiring? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I understand you don't know, right? That's what you're gonna stick with or go with or whatever.
But they're supposed to be cool though.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Who are you hiring? Who are your friends? Like, do you keep him as a coach based on all of this? All of this.
So we're gonna move to the next one. I'm gonna say, they're gonna ask Meyer once again. He gonna be like, no, but I plead a fifth. F-I-F. Moving on. Maryland has taken full authority over investigations of Jordan McNair's death. One is being by the school president, and the other by Walters Inc., which is a sports medicine consulting group, which was hired by the school. So if you don't know, if you haven't been following, Jordan McNair is a player for the Maryland Terrapins. He was actually in practice, and he was running sprints, I think, and slowed down. Next thing you know, he stopped running, and then they took him to the hospital because he said he didn't feel right, whatever, and it was not overheat, but he was heat stroke. Yeah, he was very exhausted and everything, and then next thing you know, he died on the way to the hospital.
Big key on that is how long they waited.
Right.
They waited about an hour, if I'm not mistaken, before they administered the thing and before they even decided to take him. You know, with heat strokes, even their personnel didn't do what they're supposed to do. You're supposed to work on getting the body cooler.
Right. And that's the thing, is like they didn't, and at the time, I remember first reading it, they were saying, I'm no doctor. They were saying at first, they didn't know what was wrong. They just thought, they said, because he was like, he just stopped running.
Stop, it's 1,000 degrees.
Yeah.
Outside. What you mean?
No, I'm saying, but as far as
Right,
they didn't know he was suffering that. I'm saying, and then, now the thing is, well, like you stated, it was 1,000 degrees. And what can we do as far as colleges and high schools and all of that when it comes to that? Because remember, Corey Stringer, he died.
Make sure you have that personnel that they had but didn't do their job.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken, that they've taken responsibility for his death.
They have.
Like
they had no choice.
The president, met with the parents and took full responsibility. Like, this is an issue. And thank God we don't see enough of it. We don't see it a lot, but like you stated, it's an issue and it happens a lot. And it's hot outside, and it should be a requirement, or not a requirement, but it should be a rule that says if it's a certain
temperature, certain humidity, you
got to be inside for the let's work on strength training. And I think it is in high school here, actually.
Well, yeah, I think that whatever the NFL has to keep a Corey Stringer incident from happening again, the colleges, it seems like they're not investing in that kind of protocol, because Jordan McNair is not the first one. This happens a few times a year at least.
And imagine you sending your 19-year-old kid, putting them in somebody else's hands and saying that they're going to take care of them.
Right. That's awful. Man, moving on. Some more awful news. The Buffalo Bills starting quarterback A.J. McCarron, and that's my guy too, suffered a fractured collarbone on last night. Big blow. Now you move on. Now this means that for Buffalo, they could go with their first round. The rookie, their first overall pick, and this might bode well for the team.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. You said it's a big blow for who? The Bills or McCarron? It's a big blow for
McCarron.
For
McCarron. No, it's for McCarron.
He really wasn't performing the last game, and when I was watching him last night, he initially was looking not too good. And I think he threw one of the passes I saw he threw to his offensive line. Kelvin Benjamin.
But AJ is a right. But AJ, we know he's AJ is a gamer though. You know what I'm saying? Like that was my guy. But
that's a sad break though. Horrible. Especially he probably had his opportunity to start.
Right.
As they said, it's fractured, so I guess we'll see. It's gonna be all year.
Dusty Baker came out and told it all with Ken Rosenthal. He talked about how the Cincinnati Reds, when he was there as their manager, that he said no matter what I did, they were all over me. When I brought them from the bottom up to the top, which he did, when we won, even if we won, it wasn't the right way, or they were saying, I don't understand your mode of thinking.
It goes to the point of where they were before him and where they are after him. Like, it's
exactly.
not just management, it's the ownership.
Right.
It seems like wherever Dusty goes, he's had success. I realize he's managed in a lot of places. Like he was with the Cubs, he was with the Giants, Nationals. He was with the Nationals, Reds. I feel like he's going to be managing the Braves any minute now.
And when he goes, they win. And when he goes, they win though. They get to the playoffs.
Right, that's what he's saying. Like they win, yeah.
But yeah, he's had success in these places, but it's like he wears out his welcome all the time.
Right.
So
Yeah,
is it him or is it
right? It's got to be, yeah. Quickly, DeMar DeRozan already has a mural of him made in San Antonio.
If I'm him, I don't want one yet.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't even played in the preseason game.
Right. Like, come on, man. That's too much
like,
pressure.
This is David Robinson, Tim Duncan.
Right.
You know what I mean? These guys have done this. Like
Iceman. Right, like, come on, brother.
Like, you can put Tony Parker in your note.
Well, they felt that if the Lakers gave LeBron one.
That's LeBron, though.
But it wasn't the Lakers. It was the fan made that. You know, the fans are doing this.
Well, yeah, so a fan is like, well, we have our own LeBron.
But you know what that is? That's honestly been trying to add shade to
Toronto, Kawhi.
That's all it is, man. And moving on, last but not least, Kobe Bean Bryant, the Black Mamba.
Ching ching.
Kobe Bean Ching Ching Bryant invested $6 million in body armor, and now, well, how many years was it?
Like 6 years, something like that.
4 years. 4 years, yeah. It's worth, or it made $200 million. So
it's worth 200.
That's no. He made 200. That turned the $6 million, yeah turned into 200 million.
200.
That's crazy.
You got to
man.
say that like that,
right? That's crazy.
That's ridiculous. I think so. Before then, I think his net worth was 350. So now he's like at a half a billion.
Wow. And you never thought of Kobe Bryant as money. You think of Jordan, you think of LeBron, you know, Magic,
that
maybe
investment, dog.
But woo!
And you know he's big into tech now. He's getting into tech. He's doing production. He's saying I'm on my way to a Billy too.
That's what's up. That's why he can coach AAU girls, because he's straight. So look, that's going to conclude Quick Hits. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Hello, I'm Crystal Dayon, and this is your sports news break. The Atlanta Falcons lost their first home preseason game to the Kansas City Chiefs, 28-14 on Friday evening. Matt Ryan went 5 for 7 for 90 yards and a touchdown. Julio Jones and Devontae Freeman didn't play for the second week in a row. The Atlanta Braves lost in a lopsided contest to the Colorado Rockies, 11-5 at SunTrust Park last night. Ozzie Albies went 3 for 5 in the loss. Atlanta United hosts the Columbus Crew on Sunday afternoon. Josef Martinez is 1 goal away from tying the MLS record of 27 goals in a season. The Big Three started their playoffs in Dallas, Texas, as Power and Three's Company each won, setting the stage for them to meet for the championship game in Brooklyn, New York, in the Barclays Center. Make sure to follow the 3-Point Conversion for all your major sports news updates. It's where fans' opinions matter.
Have you been looking for a radio station that gives you sports?
I don't believe it! It's a touchdown!
Entertainment?
Are you not entertained?
And other special interest talk shows?
Well, isn't that special?
All on one app?
Yo, that's dope. What app is that?
It's the Real 1100 AM app for WWE. Grab it for free in your Google Play or Apple App Store today.
Hey, what's going on? It's your man Terrell Thomas. We out here right now. Big up, shout out to the 3-Point Conversion.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Mr. Controversy and D Intellectual. And this next segment, the Hot Topic, is brought to you by Cindy Cuts Barbershop, located on 3000 Chapel Hill Road, Suite 206, Douglasville, Georgia. Best barbershop in the South. I'm sorry, I know we got people that go to their barbers, whatever, but and I'm not saying this because they're a sponsor. It's what it is. I mean, you get everything all the celebrities go there. I mean, shoot, half of the big three go to Seneca's barbershop. But yeah, cut hair. You won't see an empty chair there because everybody can cut. Man, I'm talking great conversation, sports, politics. They're big into the community, big into the children. I mean, you know, it's where you would want your son or your husband to go. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to everyone there. Shout out to Dwayne Chambers, a.k.a. Baby Powder. And, they call him Baby Powder because he be... hey, what is it? He what was dude doing in the gym the other day? Yeah, he be ego cutting, so he be twirling the clippers around and stuff like that. Dwayne, stop ego cutting, man. You can follow him on Instagram at Simhad the Barber. That's SIMHATHEBARBER. All right, so we got to welcome a special guest. Well, like I said, he's no guest, but he's special because he's a superstar, man. It's good to have superstars in the building. We got the one and only H.O. What's going on, H.O.?
Fellas and ladies, how y'all doing? Glad to be in here with the crew, man, Saturday morning, and the coffee is not good this morning, so I'm just...
Hey, that's...
oh, my goodness.
Well, where you gonna coffee?
We ain't gonna name no name.
Wait, get
it from
here.
No name. I don't want them to disqualify my app, but it's just not good today. But hey, glad to be here, man. Y'all started off great with those quick hits. Y'all had me laughing, but whoo, boy, that mural for DeRozan.
Yeah, that's crazy. Ain't
that should have got to stop it already.
Right, that should have got to stop it.
Should have got to stop it.
As a matter of fact, hey,
should have got to stop it.
We need to stop it, man.
Let's be real.
So
stop it.
So this hot topic, we're gonna talk about retaliation. I want to dress it up because this week, Mr. Ronald Acuna Jr. for the Atlanta Braves did the unthinkable. Well, I shouldn't say. I mean, it's done before, but still, it's kind of unthinkable for him being 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Guy comes in, he homers. Was it five
straight
games? 4 of them was like the first pitch, right?
Three.
Last 3 were the first pitch.
Yep.
So they playing the Florida Marlins. So all of a sudden, this pitcher named Jose Urena for the Marlins said, "You know what? We about to stop this," and beamed him first pitch. When everybody was like, he's about to break the record because he tied the record. He's about to break it. First pitch, he beamed him.
3-12 record.
And 3-12, right?
Nope.
So, first of all, when it happened, they didn't. Braves came out. They didn't fight. They just came out the dugout, looked at each other, whatever. Which I really wasn't a fan of. But I want to ask you all. First of all. Well, he threw it. They're saying he did it because Acuna, he kept flipping the bat when he hit a home run. You know, you're 20 years old. They say you can't do that. But whatever. But to me, sportsmanship, and I'll start with the guess, do you think he should have not even hit by a pitch, but thrown, inside just to let him know? Because do you feel like that's a part of baseball? As far as the flip, I'm talking about sportsmanship as far as the bat flip.
Listen, there are some unwritten rules. Some I don't agree with, and some, it's okay. Some just don't have a purpose. And it's funny, this same situation happened just the other night with the Detroit Tigers and I think the Minnesota Twins when Irvin Santana got hit. Someone hit a home run off of him, and he flipped the bat. The next time he came up, he threw it to his chin and backed him off the plate. That's how you retaliate. That's how you address the bat flipping or the stare down or things of that nature, because you got some pitchers who, when they strike you out, they'll stare you down all the way until you get to the dugout. So it's sort of gamesmanship, sportsmanship kind of mixed in together. But this, what Arena did, straight Bush League. What he should have done was just throw a pitch inside just to make him uncomfortable. You're not gonna hit the first pitch because I'm not gonna put it where you think I am, but I'm gonna throw it to you to where I can back you off the plate or whatever the case may be. What he actually did was something that you retaliate. You don't initiate that. That was an initiated retaliation.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, and that's not baseball to me.
So let me ask you this, D. Now, with sports, I'm going to tie it into all sports now. You see certain things like that where in basketball, Curry hits 9 threes. Y'all up by 23. He didn't hit 5 already. Now he's shooting almost from half court, hitting them. Like Charles Barkley said this one time, like, man, look, if he hitting threes, he getting fouled. Like, I'm fouling him hard too. Football, it happens that way. Somebody might score a touchdown and they celebrate. The T.O. incident.
Right.
Do you think that's, I guess, required for a team to say, you know what, you're not going to show us out like that, or is it more of you got to stop us?
It depends on the situation. And what I mean by it is Kobe scoring 81 on Toronto. That's not happening. What I mean by it is the way they was pretty much parting like the Red Sea when he was coming to the hole. That I'm going to foul you. As far as Curry hitting 9 threes, you're going to have to stop him. Like, he's shooting from half court. I mean, what you go push him? You know what I mean? And as far as the baseball, and I think, which is what's part of the problem with baseball, is the old history of it, right? Of what's the unwritten rule, right? Like, this was how it was. This is how it's always been, right? Because baseball is probably the oldest sport, right? We can probably agree to something like that. Mm-hmm. But this is how it's always. Well, it's 2018.
Right.
You got 20-year-old players. Of course, that's what it is. Bryce Harper, he flips the bat. One of the oldest, Batista, when he used to flip the bat, like that, he used to flip it hard.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
they call it pimping.
Right.
I pimped that home run.
Right.
Is what they call it.
And to me, it's nothing to the pitcher. You know what I mean? I hit a home run. I killed it. And
right.
And as far as the hitting, right, I don't agree with that one because it's starting the game.
Yeah.
He's not attacking y'all. He hasn't said anything. He hasn't done anything. But if you are gonna hit somebody, right, why you ain't just hit him in the leg? And like when you pitching up towards the head, elbow, arm, things like that, that can cause serious injury. Like he could have chipped his elbow to the point where he was out.
Right.
If you hit him in the thigh, more than likely they all right.
G, what your thoughts?
I hate these unwritten rules.
Yes.
I've said this before. I hate all of them. Like I couldn't watch the Braves for a while because they were always in these kinds of incidents, like these keepers of the game. That's why I don't like Brian McCann. But anyway, but I guess and it's always, what was interesting to me is that with these kinds of incidents, it's always between a Latino player and a white player, basically. But this time it was Latino on Latino, but maybe someone told him to do it, or maybe he
Madeline told him.
And that goes to the I hate to take it there, the Latino and white, Mattingly, old school player type. You know what I mean?
And it's like these and this is why baseball players, why baseball struggles with marketing their players, because it's like they're not allowed to have any kind of personality. Yeah. And if anybody shows any kind of flair or celebrates at all, it's frowned upon. And it's really a lot of these players, and in this case, I would say Mattingly, it was like just some hurt feelings because Acuna is killing the ball right now.
So now, let's talk about this. When does the sport come into play? And what I mean by that is, I'll give an example. That game, we'll stick with Braves for now. So he got hit, he got hurt. This is your guy. Man, this is the son, your little brother, whatever. He gets hurt. He's holding his elbow and everything. Y'all come off the bench, the team, or dugout, I should say. Nothing happens. You just look at him and go back in. Now, because the Braves are in this fight, this dogfight, to get into the playoffs. The Marlins are 3-200.
Basically.
And so they have nothing to lose. The Braves made a decision like, you know what, we're not going to even do anything to, hurt our chances, which I understood. Now, me, I was like, yo, why they not, somebody should rough this dude up. I talked to H.O. off the air yesterday, and we talked about it, and he mentioned, matter of fact, go ahead real quick and talk about that.
Well, see, the thing about it is that you have to put your winning above the retaliation at this point. You can't, they already got the warning, so if you even hit someone, you're going to lose a pitcher. Your bullpen is already taxed already, so you can't afford to go deep into the bullpen. You have to win because obviously the feelers are breathing down your neck or whatever the case may be. So you're deciding to take the winning over the retaliation, because my thing would be you have to retaliate in a situation where it does not hurt you. And this would hurt because obviously they've lost 2 straight games now since then. And if they lose that pitcher, they possibly could have lost to the 3-220 Marlins, that time. So you can't retaliate at that particular point, but I can guarantee you it's coming.
Next year, we've seen it happen 2 years later.
Exactly. We've seen it happen 2 years later, a year and a half later. Yeah, we've seen it.
And in that instance, because you're going to lose your pitcher for 6 games, 5 games.
Yeah, exactly.
That's already a known fact. You know what I mean? So I'm with him. You can't do that at that point. Like
spring training?
Right. But getting the next season, we should start the season. We 0-1. We 1-1. We can do that.
You'd be better off having a fan run onto the field to take up for your team than one of the players.
So quickly, because I know we have to go, but quickly, with other sports now, because we've seen Kevin Garnett do it. I remember in the playoffs vividly, Anthony Pillar hit him, man, with a 1-2 elbow punch. And Garnett, he thought about it, and he backed up. This was the year he was the MVP. You know what I'm saying?
You know the kind of players that Kevin Garnett only messes with.
True. That's true.
That's a good point.
But even when Jordan did it, we talked about that. Jordan did it, and when Danny Ferry that year in '92, Danny Ferry was off an inbound, and Danny Ferry kind of caught him in the face and everything, and Jordan cocked back and like, I can't do this. Now, the next game, Stacey King, who was deep into the bench in rotation.
Yes, sir.
I got you.
Yes, sir.
I came in and gave him a hard foul. He got tossed, but
yes, sir. That's what you get. That's what you got. A few of them players.
So quickly, just around, you could just I guess a forward answer. Do you think that they should for the sport? You should just, you know what, we're gonna hold off, or should you just retaliate?
Protect your players. You protect your team, man.
Yeah, protect your teammate, but also I think Major League Baseball need to protect their young stars. They have trouble with marketing. They should have suspended them for the rest of the season, as far as I'm concerned, to set the precedent, because these are young players coming up, and you have to protect your players. Just look at the hockey league.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break. Great topic, and we will be right back.
Hi, I'm Robert Brazil, and I listen to 3-Point Conversion Radio.
Are you tired of limiting yourself from tasty food because you want to eat healthy? Well, Salad Express will fix that problem for you. Salad Express is a gourmet salad and grill restaurant that gives you multiple options to satisfy your taste buds and keep you healthy. They have over 40 toppings, which are all cut fresh daily, and 7 homemade soups, including chili. You can also order hot sandwiches and wraps, with choices like grilled chicken, steak, salmon, and shrimp, which can all be added to salad as well. Go ahead and visit them today at 1055 Mansell Road, Suite 600 in Roswell, Georgia. Your taste buds will thank you.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Kent Bazemore from the Atlanta Hawks. You're now listening to 3-Point Conversion.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Mr. Controversy here with The Intellectual.
Yes.
My man H.O.
Yes, sir.
G is on the ones and twos doing his engineering thing. And then we have Miss Crystal Dayon. She's sitting here as well. So, the college football preseason rankings came out. And first of all, guys, did y'all think there were any surprises? I guess with the first top 5. Oklahoma
no.
for me. I'm sorry,
Well, Oklahoma is 7 if you're looking at ESPN.
See, I'm looking at the CBS coaches, but then I was looking at coaches.
Yeah, they are.
So they had Oklahoma 5.
Yeah, they are. I don't believe in Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's hard.
They don't even know who's going to be their quarterback as of right now.
Kyler Murray.
So, but is he?
He ain't even. The coaches said he hasn't ran away with it the way that he expects.
He's going to be the starter quarterback.
He's going to get it.
Yeah. But do we know if he's capable of? That's the thing.
Why I don't believe in.
Right.
That's the whole point. Transfer from Texas A&M, obviously.
So I'll read, like you said, as many. We're going to go with
different polls.
Different polls. We're going to go with CBS.
Okay.
So they have Alabama number 1. Well, better yet, HO, do this. They have Alabama number 1. ESPN, they have them, right?
Yep.
All right. Clemson at number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ohio State at number 3.
I think so. Yes.
Georgia.
4.
Georgia at number 4.
And Washington 5.
And then Washington 5 at. See, they have Oklahoma on CBS.
Right.
So my thing
we can talk about them 6.
We're looking at the coaches poll. So
yeah, we talk about them 6.
But my thing is not only that, like I said, I don't think Oklahoma as well. I ain't gonna lie, I'm shocked that Georgia being number 4. And I know it don't matter, but you tell me this is your sport. This is what you do.
Right.
Georgia number 4?
It's SEC. It's an SEC thing. Let's just be real. For the last maybe 10 years, Georgia has been begging Kurt Herbstreit to put them on a national scene. Mm-hmm. Every year you talk about Alabama, you talk about Auburn, you talk about the SEC, but you don't ever mention Georgia in the national scene.
Right.
Them going to the national championship just solidified this hype that they're getting.
Thank you. Right. That's what I'm thinking.
Now, trust me, Kirby has done a great, great job getting the recruits in and things of that nature. But you have to execute. He lost 8 starters on defense.
Right. True.
One would want to think, was it the talent that carried Kirby, or did Kirby coach the talent?
Now, okay, so I'll say this because, man, that was a talented team. And
shout out to Raekwon Smith for signing.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah, definitely. Thank God. But, yeah, to me, I thought it could have been coaching, but more of mindset. They changed their mindset. And I think, because this is what I've always said. Beforehand, it just seemed like Georgia was always just concerned of being relevant, being somewhere near the top. They didn't have to win it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't. It was just, hey, as long as we there.
Right.
As long as our guys are doing it the right way. Kirby came in with that. He been on the saving. Look.
I agree.
We have to win. There's no more of that. Just so, and then he's a defensive guy. So you feel his defense is going to be good no matter what. I mean, shoot, they had that top recruiting class.
Yeah, top 2 the last 3 years. But the thing about it, he lost 8 starters. These were seniors, juniors. Now you got freshmen and sophomores. So now your coaching abilities. Got to remember the first year he had the talent.
He had it there,
but they didn't do so well the first year. And my thing is the only other reason that Georgia is getting this type of claim is, where does every college team recruit from? The state of Georgia.
Yep.
The state of Georgia.
And it's like they're getting,
And so my thing is, they're saying if Kirby, if you can get the 1 and 2 recruiting class in the nation, and your state is the hotbed for where everybody goes to get their talent, yeah. We'll make sure we take care of you. You know what I'm saying?
But you got to show up too, though.
Exactly, and this is the show up year for Kirby, because now you lose Nick Chubb, Sony Michel. You got Zamir, and you got DeAndre Swift coming back. Georgia finished 12th in the SEC in passing. If that run game is not like Sony and Chubb,
But look, okay. So
you got to think about it now.
So they got my man Fields, right?
They
they got him.
Right, Justin Fields from
Georgia, which should push Fromm.
Yes.
Now, the way Fromm performed last year towards the end, he grew up. Do you think that that Fromm is now primed to take that next step? Because the way he played in that championship game, bruh, that wasn't just.
And this is what it showed. You got a run game. Why not keep giving the ball to Sony Michel? You tried to make Fromm win the game, which he's not done the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't put him in the position, say, Fromm, take us to the championship, win this game for us. You only did that in the championship game. So now, Kirby and Fromm is in the same situation. Kirby, are you going to show up and be the coach that I think you are with some young guys but talented? Fromm, can you show up as this guy with a freshman breathing down your neck? You got some heck of receivers. Ridley showed up.
Yeah.
And without a bona fide run game that we haven't seen yet.
But you know what? The thing is, and I agree, and you said everything right. But we all know when it comes to the University of Georgia,
right,
in Athens, Georgia,
running back university. I agree. Now
they come every.
I think DeAndre Swift is going to be a terror in the SEC.
Right.
I do think that, but it was a two-headed monster last year.
Right. It was.
That's the whole thing.
It was.
And it allowed the linebackers to come up, and it allowed open spaces for Fromm to throw first down after first down after first down.
So now, go ahead.
And their defense did what they needed to do that you could run the ball and not have to
field position.
Field position,
so
turnovers, all of that. So
like you're saying, the coach has to be able to coach. Like you can have the talent, but you got to be able to coach freshmen and sophomores. It's different coaches, seniors.
So before we go to Georgia Tech, the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty Ricky, what they called them. No, I'm just playing. But Alabama, you look at their situation now at quarterback. Do you start Tua? Or are you going to start Jalen Hurts?
Insider, we got an insider on our show. Tua going to be the starting quarterback. They going to play both quarterbacks. It is encouraged for Jalen Hurts to play his 4 games max.
Okay.
With the new rule, you can play 4 games and you can redshirt.
Right.
He graduates in December. If Tua wins the job, you play in 4 games. You can wait. It don't matter which 4 games it is. As for the transfer, I think Saban will release him. And
release Tua?
No, Hurts. Release him out of the scholarship because he's going to he's going to graduate anyway. So Saban won't have anything to do with it. Graduate in December, redshirt him. Got 2 years of eligibility left. From what I'm hearing, he's really not an NFL.
No, he's not.
He's not an NFL quarterback, so it really wouldn't help. This is why they said it. they have 3, Alabama, 3. This is the first time I've heard of this.
Quarterback.
3 blue chip sophomore receivers.
Oh, receivers. Wow.
3.
In Georgia?
No, at Alabama.
Alabama.
They got
Alabama?
3 5-star blue chip.
I can't.
That's what so now, Tua is the better thrower, right? So you have to use him.
So look, do you think that what's my man name? Good Lord. The offensive coach, old offensive coach.
Kiffin? Lane Kiffin.
Do you think he's somewhere?
Listen, he's either going back to Texas or he's going with Lane Kiffin. Simply put, just like we knew Jacob Eason was going to be at Washington after, Jake Brown to leave after this year. So he's going back home. So would Jalen Hurts go back home to Texas? Because Texas with Tom Herman could be the spot.
But it's just hard to see Saban releasing Hurts, because if we've ever seen any quarterback linked to Saban, Jalen Hurts was his baby. That was his man.
But look at this will be Hurts going into his junior year, but with a third different offensive coordinator.
Yep.
His best year was his freshman year with Lane Kiffin.
Right.
Lane Kiffin, the one who recruited him.
Yeah.
They bring in a pro-style offensive coordinator the next year, and Tua is the better fit with him.
Right.
They bring in another pro-style offensive coordinator. Tua is the better fit with that guy.
With these 3 chip, they all sophomores.
Alabama, they don't get receivers.
Matter of fact, the guy who caught the touchdown pass in the championship game, blue chip.
Yeah.
Wide receiver.
As you put a Tua in for Hurts, you can't go back from that. You know what I mean? It's like you can't go back from that. You made that choice already.
Well, I think it was done. I'm sorry. It was done, though, at that time, because this was already made. Like, look, this is how we're going to shape. Because it was supposed to be done the game before. Who they play? Not Oregon. Washington? Who they played before they played the championship game? I can't remember.
Clemson.
It was, they had it set for Clemson. Like, it was, this is in the playbook. This is what we're going to do. That's why Jalen Hurts was cool with it.
Right.
But they didn't need to.
Right, but he showed you on the biggest stage that this is what I'm going to do.
And Jalen usually does.
Not in the pro style offense.
Right.
That was the whole thing.
All right. Well, real quick, Georgia Tech.
They got a new defensive coordinator. They're moving from a 4-2-5, which I don't sound like a soccer shift, to a 3-4 defense. This year, Nate Woody is the new defensive coordinator coming from Appalachian State.
Now I was asking about Georgia Tech.
That's Georgia Tech.
I thought you were talking about Atlanta United.
No.
So, anyway, we gonna see.
That's what it sounded like, right? Exactly. 4-2-5. And look for Pat Swilling's son, Trey Swilling, sophomore, to actually do a little something on defense. They moved to a 3-4. They had 17 sacks last year. Sounded like the Falcons 3 years ago.
All right, so we're gonna go. We gotta take a quick break. Just Georgia Tech. This is not 1898. Get away from that triple.
Get a new coach then.
Yeah.
They won't.
Taquan Marshall, he gonna have a heck of a year though.
He gonna ball out.
He gonna ball out.
The triple option. That's
they run the triple option, bro.
He brought that from Navy. Like, get
that's what I was just
1888. They watch a game film from 1887 talking about, you see how he did it? Yeah, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Gary Payton. Y'all listen to 3 Point Conversion Radio. It's the bomb.
To the 3-Point Conversion Radio.
Yeah, check out my man, Mr. Controversy, on 1100 a.m. Saturday mornings, 10 o'clock. Sports Talk, 3-Point Conversion, where fans' opinions matter.
It's time to get in the mind of Mr. Controversy and the Intellectual with What's on My Mind.
We are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Amped up about sports, about football. Yes.
They got us in mode right there. Ready.
For real.
We're in the first game.
All right, this next segment, What's on Our Mind, is brought to you by Sucker Free Life LLC. Make sure you live your truth for the world to see, because everyone can be sucker free. Make sure you purchase apparel today on or at facebook.com/Sucker Free Life LLC. So this segment, like we talked about, is called What's on Our Mind, and this is the segment where we like to get stuff off our chest, be able to talk, just give us a chance to, without being interrupted, and I don't mean that in a bogus way, but just without being interrupted, just get stuff off our mind, and it's what we're thinking about, man. Just let us holler at you. So, what's on my mind? So much to talk about, so much to get into. Honestly, it's so much to talk about, man. I'll say this. I'll go back with the, because honestly, I talked about that all week, the Acuna situation. And since we didn't really get to go into it, I'll talk about being a teammate, and what it means when your brother is down. We all know, of course, with sports, I think sports is the greatest teacher as far as life. It teaches you life. It teaches you how to interact with everyone, people that's not your race, don't like the things that you like, come from different backgrounds, but you learn to adapt and work together. And they become your brother or your sister, depending on what sport it is. And so when I look at that Acuna situation, and like I said, first I was furious because I'm like, yo, why didn't anyone fight? I definitely understand the fact that they're not fighting because of their playoff race. They're in this hunt, but still. And I get it. I do get it. So I'm not going to get on the Braves for that, because you can get baseball is different. We've seen it happen where the team retaliated 2 years later. But in any other sport, I think you should definitely retaliate. Like, it's required. You have to retaliate. It's like, if my brother get in a fight, more than likely, depending on what happened, how it went, I'm going to have to step up for my brother no matter what, because that's what it is. That's required. And I think with sports, you see it sometimes, but it's funny because it's like sports is taking that out the game. Think about it. The rules now, and you don't want anybody just swinging halos doing the Steven Jackson. What up, Stacks? Shout out to Stacks. But at the same time, now if something goes on in the court, I get fined because I stepped out on the court to help my brother. Now it should be up to those other 4 guys that are on the court. But if they're not doing anything, yet still, whether they're on the court or not, I still feel a responsibility to go and take up for my brother. But they're taking that away. Football, you can't do it. Baseball is probably the only sport in a sense, yeah, you get suspended, but it's different. It's 800 games, and it's, depending on when it is, it's not really going to hurt you. It's, you know what I'm saying? But I just think that, yes, we shouldn't fight. I understand that. But at the same time, you should take up for your brother. And I felt, like I said, I understood why the Braves didn't do it. But somebody has to do something. I don't know what it is. I don't know. They have to do something next year with this guy. And, Mr. Controversial, or Raphael, you're wrong. You're preaching violence, or you're preaching retaliation. Yeah, you should, because you're taking up. You don't let nobody bully and punk your team. That's punking your team if you don't respond. So the next thing gonna come back and say, let's do that to them too. Or they didn't do anything. All they did was stood there and look at us. Wow, that was something. You know what I'm saying? Somebody had to do something, man. Like, I'll say this. I don't know, and I'll ask H.O. after we go to a break. But if the Braves would have threw it inside to the Florida, for one of the Florida's batters, not hit him, but inside, he would have got tossed. I don't know how long he would have been suspended. With 6 games? Wow. Okay, well, I mean, you might bring somebody in that can't pitch. And, if I'm the manager, bring Novato in. Who's Novato? He ain't never pitched a game. Bring him in. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just feel like for something like that, you have to take up. To me, I understand you're going for the playoffs and you're trying to, but do you want to go in the playoffs and then you get punked in the playoffs too? Because now I'll guarantee you, everybody saw that. Everybody think it's messed up. But as baseball players, that's part of the game. That's how they look at it. So they're looking at the Braves like they soft. Their prize guy right now, yes, I know Freeman is a beast, but their prize guy, the future, got hit like that and nothing happened. Even the next game, nothing happened. You got to take up for your players, man. Even as a manager. All right, I trust my other manager. Stinky got kicked out, which is cool. And I felt like he did it, because he knew he had to do something. Man, I don't know. You see that after the game, you should have did something. I don't know. I just feel like as players, you coming up and it's your brother, you have to stick up for him and take up for him. That's what's on my mind.
Aren't you supposed to be the bigger person?
Supposed to be who?
Aren't you supposed to be the bigger person?
So if you the bigger person, you show that you the bigger person and not that. No, I'm just playing. But you got.
I get what you're saying. You feel me? But even let's say that guy that 53rd, the last guy on the bench, right? If he had came out and punched him, you know what would have happened? It would have been a brawl. And everybody would have got 6 games. It would have been ridiculous. We've seen them brawls, right? We've seen them where one person hit, then everybody hit. The next thing you know, this person got 8 games, this person got 6, this person got 5, and now you sitting out here. Now you done fell 5 games behind the Phillies.
And the bad part was, and I'll let you go. It was just the wrong team. It just happened to be. If it was the Phillies, then they probably then you retaliate.
They wouldn't have did it though.
But
they wouldn't have did it.
But what if they did? What if they did?
Then you retaliated. We both got a pitcher out, a starting pitcher out. But you also got to remember with a starting pitcher, them 6 games isn't 6 games like that.
Right.
It's probably 2 starts, maybe 1, right?
So throw them. Okay, go ahead, D.
Am I right?
Go ahead, D.
All right,
man.
So what's on my mind? I'm gonna stick with baseball also. This wild card. I really believe that it needs to be reformatted. It needs to something needs to be figured out regarding it. A 1-game playoff is ridiculous, and the reason I'm bringing it up is you got the Yankees right now. They're 76 and 46, and you got Oakland 73 and 49. So let's say the season ended today. They play each other for a 1-game playoff, and one of them would be out of the playoffs. Like, and that's ridiculous. Like, of course, Boston is playing out their mind, 87 wins, right? So, they're doing their thing. But for 2 teams that's 76 and 73 wins, probably going into the season with close to 100. Like, I think they're expecting the Yankees to win 100 games. If the Yankees win 100 games, they'll have a 1-game playoff and then they out. Like, and I know that, when we get to the playoffs in baseball, it's long. It stretches out, right? So I get that. So I'm not saying a 7-game series. I'm not even saying a 5-game series, but you could at least do a 3-game series to kind of figure it out. Imagine you in a 1-game series going against Max Scherzer. Like, dude, you might as well go on to the crib because it's about to get ugly. I was just watching him the other day. He was playing. Matter of fact, he was playing my Cubbies. He had them on pins and needles to the 8th inning. Somebody else came in. We won the game. But when he was in there, it was over. So imagine playing against him. And then if they playing for they playoffs, they gonna bring in another starter if need be in them last 2-3 innings if that's the case. You know what I mean? So man, I really think that MLB, baseball, gods that be, or whatever the situation is, need to figure out something with the wild card game. Man, this is real bad that one game will end the great season you had. And I know that it's a long playoffs, how long season is, and then a long playoff also. But one game to determine whether or not you can go into the playoffs or even play longer, that's not enough for somebody who's won 100 games and then played out their mind all year to afford to come down to one game. So, yeah, that's what's on my mind. I think they should really think about it.
Hey, quickly, I don't agree with that. Like, no, not what you're saying. Right. I'm saying I don't agree with the fact that it's a long playoffs. It's one game, and then you have
the AL,
the divisional,
the wild card. It's a wild card.
One game, then the divisional, and that's 5, right?
The league, no, it's 5, and then 7, and then 7.
That's not long. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, that one game though, man. That's ridiculous. Like, for real, the Yankees finna win. They're about to win 100 games. And if they go up against Oakland, depending on who pitching,
they need to shorten the season and then do it.
Right?
Maybe that.
Don't play 162 games. Play 142 games. Take 20 games off. Get a 3-game series.
Yeah.
And then you're right. I don't need to win 100 games to prove that I'm the best team in the division.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Just shorten the season.
Yeah, man.
I mean, and it's funny.
Already too long.
You think about it, before the wild card. What was the first wild card? It was 94, I think.
Yeah, something like 94.
I think it was 94. Because I remember Colorado Rockies came in the league. Didn't they make it? No, they didn't make it their first year, but I know
shortly. Yeah.
They made it. They came in 92.
Walker
they came in 92, but they made the first. Right.
Colorado.
But I remember it used to just be the pennant. If you won your division, that was it.
Right.
It wasn't no.
This is that bad marketing of
right.
baseball.
And yeah.
This is why it's too long. Think about it like this. At the beginning of the baseball season, your wife or girlfriend can get pregnant. By the time the World Series over,
you got your baby.
You got a baby.
And we're going to end it on that note. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
For real.
You're tuned into WWE Hakeville, AM 1100.
The opinions expressed during the sponsored programs on this station are strictly those of the program hosts, guests, and callers and are not necessarily those of Beasley Broadcast Group, this station, its staff, other advertisers, or agencies.
There's a lot going on in the world, and your world is always changing. That's why it's important to stay connected. The latest news, the latest entertainment, the newest music. If it's in the air or on the air, it can be in the palm of your hand, wherever you are, with the iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Over 1,500 live radio stations from across the country and over 15 million songs to create your own custom stations. Text IHR to 45495 to download the app or listen at iHeartRadio.com. Standard text and data rates apply.
What's good, family? I'm Marlon Sucker Free Jones, a Sucker Free Life Double LC, and I'm locked in every Saturday to the best sports show on the planet, the 3-point conversion, where no team or no player is off limits. So let's talk sports, the best of the best, the worst of the worst, and everything in between. Can you dig that?
No mercy. Don't let up on him. Go hard on him, Mr. Controversy. Hit him with the stop it button.
All right, we are back inside the 3-point conversion sports lounge. Of course, this is the time I always like to thank everyone who is listening live or just support us, period, man. We appreciate all of the support. If you're listening to this as a podcast later on, We appreciate you. I mean, everyone say, keep doing your thing. We're here behind you and actually mean it. You know, man, we definitely appreciate you. It goes, it's not unrecognized, or we recognize it. I put it like that. So we thank you. Also want to give a special shout out to Law the Barber. Appreciate your support, bruh. This man is all the way in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So if you up there, make sure you look him up. You get that exclusive VIP full barber experience. So appreciate you, Law the Barber. And I definitely want to give a special shout out to a man that is usually late to all his appointments. He's actually in the chair right now getting his hair cut. My man, Mr. Chris Harrison. What's going on, sir? We definitely appreciate you, man. I mean, we know you, your car is slow. You know, you driving that Challenger. Hey, man, I'm just a messenger. I'm just letting you know, bro. I see you. You don't see me, but I'm just a messenger, dog. So, anyway, we appreciate you anyway. But it is time for the most infamous, the most famous Stop It segment. Let's get it.
Stop it! 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 Stop it!
Yes, S-T-O-P, new word, I-T. Stop it!
Stop it. Get some help.
All right, D, it's on you.
Yes. So I do like KD. However, he allegedly has said, how could LeBron be the GOAT if I single-handedly beat him in the finals twice in a row? I'm the GOAT.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
On one.
First off, single-handedly, and mind you, I like KD, so it's not, it's not, but single-handedly, yeah, no.
Yeah, you bugging. Yeah, you didn't. That's crazy. So we're gonna stick with basketball. Well, go ahead. I'm gonna let you go. My bad.
But mine is not even sports related. I came in here already on one, and I'm gonna give the organization who did not have almond milk before 9 o'clock in the morning a stop it. How do you say a coffee or a latte and you don't have almond milk at 8:30 in the morning?
Stop it. Hey, that's true.
That's a fact.
But you know what, man? I'm gonna probably get some Dunkin' Donuts later on. I'm gonna see. But anyway, so
you hear that plug, Duncan? You hear that plug?
That was the plug. That was the plug, Duncan. Come on through.
Put your shades on with that one.
Come on through. Get it right though. But anyway, my Stop It segment, sticking with basketball. So Dwight Howard's trainer came out this week and said that they are trying to pattern his game after Kevin Durant and Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop it. Keep going. Stop it.
Dwight Howard is 47
I was about to say that.
to change his game.
You want to change your game?
Huh?
To what?
What?
He should get an infinite stop it for the rest of the season.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Every time we walk in the building, he should just get a stop it just for that.
What the? And I'm getting back on the show. She still look like he's saying, I don't know. Just walk around
Stop
and say,
it.
I don't know.
Oh, man. Y'all crazy, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
and
I rock with you,
here,
Dwight.
We rock with you.
We
but
rock with you. But
Stop it.
Well, that was his trainer, though. Actually, the trainer
He
said
tried
that.
to clean it up, too. I wasn't saying like them. But, yeah, all right. It's too late. Go ahead and put this stop it in your pocket.
Right, real. All right, man. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Let me break down to y'all what's so dope about the three-point conversion. First of all, everybody is a fan of the game first. Second of all, everybody is a student of the game second. And third of all, We're the average sports fan, just like everybody else. We're not coming in here, walking with our nose tipped high, acting snooty, acting brand new. This is a grassroots organization. Bar none. The 3-Point Conversion, where fans' opinions matter. Be sure to visit the website, www.the3pointconversion.com. Get your fix, get your articles, multimedia, and everything else that you, as a sports fan, need. So again, the3pointconversion.com. It's where it's at, man, where fans' opinions matter.
Sit back and relax. You're back in the 3-Point Conversion with Mr. Controversy and the Intellectual.
You've entered inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge, and I'm your host, Raphael Haynes. With Dennis Pendleton. Stop. Hey, yeah, we are back. All right. It's time for nosy. Time to be nosy.
Yes,
Miss Crystal Dayon, what do you have planned for this weekend?
I'm gonna grill. That's what I want to do.
What you want to throw on the grill?
Some steak. I don't care what else.
As long as them two are.
That as long as those two are covered, that's it. I gotta get it in. Summer's coming to an end.
Definitely.
But you know what?
Quickly.
It's funny when you hear that. When I came to Atlanta, back home, we didn't say in Chicago. We said barbecue. You know. So when I first heard grill, I thought of stuff like, and that sounds good. Steak, salmon. You know, barbecue, ribs, rib tips,
hot links,
chicken, pig feet, all that crap. Anything you can put on there, put some barbecue sauce on it. It's barbecue. Anyway, what you got going on, H.O.?
Hit the Braves game tonight, and Sunday dinner and Stoke.
Stoke it.
Yeah, Stoke it like.
What you got?
Big boy cigars, baby. You already know what it is.
Yeah.
What
you got, D?
Be moving soon, so I'm going home, packing up, cleaning up, all that.
So much fun.
Yeah, it's definitely not. I'm so almost don't even want to move because I got to do this.
You
like,
know,
seriously.
there's some great moving companies. They'll pack it all up for you for free.
See, I don't like nobody touching on my stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of,
Sacred.
might find something.
Is it? It's supposed to rain all weekend here, I think. So I'm not supposed to cover the Atlanta United game, but for the most part, I'm chilling. I ain't doing
You know how
anything.
rain predictions go in Atlanta.
Oh, wait. Let's see if we do something different. G, what you got going on this weekend?
Well, I didn't get a chance to do it last weekend, so no, I'm not gonna. I'll do that tomorrow.
You gonna take a nap tomorrow?
I thought he was gonna say he didn't get a chance to sleep, so I'm gonna.
But I wanted to go see Black Klansman finally.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
It's on the Fire Stick.
Hey, man.
Good time for that, man.
Hey, man.
I gotta. I trust me heavily, but I gotta go get Spike Lee my look.
Absolutely.
How much the movie cost? $32 a piece.
Pretty much.
Something like
You
that.
can have that for
Yeah,
32.
by $32.
16 if the
Y'all
sun's
do
still up.
the movie pass?
We need to. I
I
heard
got
about
real
that.
limited though. Like they really changed it to where you can go, what you can see, and stuff like that.
But sometimes though, when you get a good idea like that, or you find a lick like that, you can't tell everybody.
Why, man? See that?
No. What I'm saying is What I'm saying is now, like you said, it's limited. You can tell your boys, but they can't tell everybody in New York.
Because then it's gonna get.
Because
limited.
then now it's like, yeah.
Can't go see Black Klansman. You
Right.
gotta
That's
wait
all I'm
till it's 2
saying, man.
weeks off.
That's all I'm saying. All right, G. It is time for Is This Really Happening? It is on you, sir. Take it over.
All right, so is this really happening? Where we look for a couple of strange stories that we can. Something's echoing over here, but anyway, so we look for a couple of stories that may or may not be related to sports, and we'll discuss them. So the first story comes from. Well, y'all might have heard about this story because it happened in this state. But a truck was stolen filled with $100,000 worth of ramen noodles.
Yes, I heard about that.
Me too.
No, I didn't hear about
Yes.
that.
I thought it was fake news.
First off, how many packs of ramen noodles is worth $100,000?
I feel like it's 1 million packs.
It has to
of
be.
ramen
It
noodles.
has to be.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So this happened in yeah, I'm still hearing that echo. But anyway. So this happened in I believe it was Fayette County. And there was a driver who parked a tractor trailer at a gas station. This was a couple of weeks ago, and with permission from the owner, so he parked the truck there, and a week later, the truck was gone, and no arrests have been made, and that's it.
Talking about ramen noodles for days.
$100,000. Well, they had the exact, which was $98,000 of noodles, but it has it's been reported stolen. So what do you think it was like some college students, or do you think it was just someone who was just so desperate on their last leg?
I think
I
think they stole it first and then opened it and was like,
Yeah.
it's noodles in here.
They thought it was maybe TVs or I talked to somebody about it before, and I thought it was. Have you seen Triple X State of the Union, the one with Ice Cube?
Yeah.
Right.
There was the scene to where they stop that truck, and they go in the truck, and you just see like cheese, and then there's this like little door, and it's all these guns.
Yeah.
Maybe they thought there was a door in there.
Yeah.
So they thought
Yeah,
something
yeah,
else
I
was
remember
there
that.
besides all
Yeah.
those noodles.
Well, whoever found it probably sold it to the university so they can sell it in the bookstore
So
or
they got.
whatever.
You said it was no arrest made.
No
arrest have been made. The truck hasn't been found.
Right, because I mean, what you gonna do?
Oh,
You
they
gonna-
stole. Okay, yeah, right.
After you find out you got noodles, what you gonna say? Well, I guess I'll go drop this back off. No, man, you better.
can't-
That's
yeah, you
$100,000
can't go put it
worth of
back.
noodles.
got
You better go get
noodles.
50.
I got noodles. You know what
I
I'm
got
saying?
noodles
I'm on
for the
street,
low.
I got these
Got
noodles,
noodles
you
for
know
the
what I'm
low.
saying?
5 cent a pack. 5 cent a pack. What they go for? 10 cents, right?
Exactly.
Maybe
maybe like 20% nowadays.
Tommy Dad on Power stole it because I think he had a pack of noodles a couple of
He
weeks
was.
ago.
He did.
Or out growing up, there was the candy lady. Maybe
Selling
someone's
for
trying
the
to be the
low.
noodle
I
lady.
got them for the low. I got them for 7 cents a
Semester's
pack.
just started.
So
Exactly.
where would you? So let me ask y'all: if let's just say, if you knew somebody that did it, where would you sell it? Would you sell
Gotta
it?
go to the school.
You go to school? That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Go to school.
Somebody who
Oh, yeah.
wants it. I need to go somewhere because I don't want any noodles.
And I'm not selling for 7 cents either. You got to buy packs of 10.
Yeah.
But the funny thing
You
is,
got about
my,
packs of
my,
10.
my daughters, shout out to Kennedy and Kyle, they love ramen noodles. They probably heard this. They
I
was
still
like,
love them.
no, they would eat them every day, 3 times a day. Love ramen. No, we had to get them off of it. Like we can't. We just got to stop buying them because
Every now and then I need some noodles.
Yeah, you need a noodle.
every
every
now
once
and
in a
then,
while,
it's
man.
like you got to have a
With
pack of
cheese.
noodles with cheese.
For me, yes. with
I cut shrimp and put them in there. You gotta have them. I used to eat them dry. Like my daughter eats them dry. She doesn't cook them. She
Back
just,
in the day, we ate them dry, like in middle
Nah,
school
that's-
with the
that's-
seasoning pack, and it's like eating potato chips. Or something.
I have seen that before.
Yeah.
Well, not to where they were like cooked in a pot or anything. They would just like take them out of the bag and like put like an iron on them, and then put like they tried to like make a grilled cheese sandwich,
With
but
noodles.
the noodles was the bread.
They've been to the joint.
That's your second story, right?
They must have been. They must have been to the joint. They must have been to the joint using the iron.
Noodle pizza.
But yeah, no arrests have been made, and the truck has not been found.
Man,
So,
It's just so random.
if there is a noodle lady or noodle man in your neighborhood, don't snitch on them.
Yeah, please don't. Let them live. Let them live.
All right. So the second story comes from HO's former dorm mate at Duke, JJ Redick.
My man.
And he and his wife and his sister-in-law were in New York recently, and they were taking a chauffeured car, and they saw a blanket in the back seat, which may or may not have had a person in a cage underneath it.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Say it again.
Yes.
So they took a if it was an Uber, it might be like an Uber Black, like SUV or something, and they see in the back seat there's this blanket covering what might have been a cage, and it might have had a person in it. So they said, "Sir, I think there's a person in your back seat." And so he lifts the blanket up. Well, they hadn't gotten in the car yet. They said they think there's somebody in the back seat, and he lifts it up, but not to where they can see,
Right.
but kind of like he lifts it up, and they're just seeing the blanket. And he says, "No, there's nothing in here. There's nothing in here." And he puts the blanket back down.
Yeah, I read about that. They say,
and then when they they were looking through the trunk. So when he closed the trunk, they saw a head pop up, and they said, there was somebody in the back seat. They had blonde hair or a ponytail, and then they were all looking at each other like, "You saw this, right?" And the driver drives off, and his wife said, "The reason I said there was a person is because I saw movement in my peripheral out of my right eye, so I turned around and the blanket was moving." So when I looked back, half of a human face came out of the blanket.
Yeah.
I saw a woman's eyes, a woman's face, a woman's blonde hair.
Yeah.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken, I think they were in the car, and then he pulled over, and they were standing on the curb.
They were standing outside
and
the
the
car.
way he pulled the blanket up was the blanket towards them, so they wouldn't really see it or whatever.
So,
and
So
then
there's
he
a
hopped.
person in the cage.
Did anything come
They
out?
called. I think they called the police, and then I think he got cited with the ride share, whichever one it was, for having another person in the front seat. Like that's how the story went. Like it's
He was in a
nothing-
cage?
There's nothing else really, no follow up really, right?
Yeah, well, to where they plan to call the FBI because it might be kidnapping, it might be human trafficking. I don't know if they're going to investigate any further, but yeah, that's what they saw.
That was weird.
That's
It was
bizarre.
very.
That's weird.
And,
That is
and
bizarre.
that there's no follow up is even like
More bizarre.
right. Yeah.
So I guess my question is, if I'm JJ Redick, them, I guess they did the right thing because they see it and they like, all right, and did they get dropped off after that? Or were they like, I'm good, or they continue the what?
Let's get.
Well, they got the I don't think they just got out of the car or anything like that, but they just said they were planning to call the FBI. That's pretty much it.
He kind of like hopped in the car and drove off.
That's the weirdest story I've heard.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, he kind of like hopped in the car and drove off. Like, yeah, ain't nobody in here. And well, first off, how you kidnapping people and go pick up a fare on the way?
That's crazy. That's like movie type.
Exactly.
on the way to the I'm in the middle of a
That
kidnap.
is
I'm,
weird.
So let me ask you this: would you get mad if your wife said that, or your significant other, or your boyfriend, or whatever? Wouldn't you like, man, just get out, like?
No, pull over. I want to get
That's
out
what I'm
now.
saying. Like, get out. Like, that's what I'm saying. Not.
Yeah, don't prove nothing. Don't prove it. You ain't got to prove it to me though, because I don't know.
I wouldn't even be like, yo. If there's something in the car, I'd just be like,
let me out. I'm calling the police because you
Bro,
might
I'm
be a
finna
mass
I'm about to get
murderer.
another
I just play it off like, you know what, bro? Let me get right here, man. I ain't about to be.
Because you might lock the door and got fumes coming out the vents.
Soon as she would have said, I could just imagine myself. Soon as she'd been like, I think there's a. like, man, if you don't shut up.
Yeah,
She tripping, dog. She been eating something. You know what? We about to get out right now.
Then he locked the door.
Then he locked the
Mysteriously,
door
the door is
you,
locked.
yeah, stuff like that. You can't say anything. You have to play that off and just get off.
And while you're in the car, your phone doesn't work. It has no signal.
Right. You got a jammer. That's weird.
That's
Very
bizarre.
weird.
That takes the cake for me. Well, I don't know. That's bizarre, but that 100.
It's uncomfortably bizarre.
The noodles though.
It's funny.
The noodles though. I think with the noodles, I just wonder how mad they were at first when they realized it was noodles.
What you locked up for? I stole some noodles.
Or what do you think that? But going back to that noodle story, do you think that when they opened the first box and they saw it was noodles or whatever it was in, do you think they were like, you know what? Yo, let's sell this and act like it's something else. Let's do the same thing. Yo, we got some Jordans and we got some people
Some
nowadays.
Jordans. We gonna do that again?
Yeah, some Jordans.
Nah, we ain't gonna do that one. 'Cause that was just a big thing. I don't even like the Jordan and truck reference at all.
Get Homeland Security
I don't
involved?
Like, right. I don't like the Jordan and truck. I don't like that to go together at all.
That's just crazy though. But like I said,
Railroad responded for that too and apologized.
I would be mad. I would be mad though if I found just a whole bunch of noodles. Because the first thought is, what am I going to do with it? Because first you were upset because you thought you came up.
Yeah.
You can always donate them, you know.
Man, you done stole something. You can't. You ain't no. I ain't gonna say you're not a nice person, but donation. I got to come up now. Yeah. First you mad.
I got to make it worth my while.
Right. First you mad, then you gonna go to hustler mode, right? Like, how am I finna get rid of these packs?
Well, whoever's with them, I guarantee you, they were like, hold on, dog. If we got all these, we can sell these. We can still come up with something.
The way that you
Fayetteville?
Fayette County.
Fayette County, yeah.
The way you get rid of it is...
We did get some ramen noodles the other day. I wonder if...
The way you get rid of it is go to the hood and sell it back to the stores.
Yeah, you go to straight to banking.
Go to the stores. Sell it to the stores at half of what they usually pay. And you're going to kill it.
I think my wife bought some ramen noodles. What I'm saying. I wonder, I'm about to ask her where she got them from.
She probably got it from Buddy.
Yeah. Buddy them.
Probably got it from Buddy them. Cuz them.
I'm be looking at the rappers like...
Cuz them.
Trying to see if...
Expiration date.
Wow. All right, man. That's the end of... Is this really happening? That was some really...
Is this really
happening?
That was... Both of them was like... Wow, I just know she got a cuss out.
Wow, the crazy part is I read about both of them. I do a lot of reading.
You hear me? She got a cuss out, though. I guarantee you the wife got a cuss out when they got out the car.
Oh, yeah. Well...
Yeah.
That's
JJ Reddick. My wife would have got a cussed out. Don't you? She would have got cussed. Shh.
Hey, wait. All right, we about to go with JJ Reddick. Probably was like, look, you're supposed to know. You're supposed to pass that to me. You're supposed to let me be the one that say something because you know he always want to take the shot anyway. So, man, that's crazy, dog.
Yeah, I'm just getting out though. I'm not telling him anything.
Yeah, dog. I'm getting out.
You know what? We can red light. We gonna get out right here. We just decided to go to lunch at
Hey, we
this Greek restaurant right here.
Right. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
What's up, man? It's Metal World Peace. Shout out to the 3-Point Conversion Radio.
Are you tired of limiting yourself from tasty food because you want to eat healthy? Well, Salad Express will fix that problem for you. Salad Express is a gourmet salad and grill restaurant that gives you multiple options to satisfy your taste buds and keep you healthy. They have over 40 toppings, which are all cut fresh daily, and 7 homemade soups, including chili. You can also order hot sandwiches and wraps, with choices like grilled chicken, steak, salmon, and shrimp, which can all be added to salad as well. Go ahead and visit them today at 1055 Mansell Road, Suite 600 in Roswell, Georgia. Your taste buds will thank you.
What's going on, everybody? It's Mike Patton, a.k.a. The General. And on my Saturday mornings, I got my feet kicked up, chilling, listening to my boys, The Intellectual and Mr. Controversy, ripping in the lounge.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Mr. Controversy, The Intellectual, H.O., Mr. Crystal, Dayon, and G. So, we saw some preseason action on yesterday and Thursday. Man, that Green Bay-Pittsburgh game, I thought I was watching the Pro Bowl. Did y'all see the score? It was 51
38 or something.
That was crazy.
Jeez.
That was crazy.
So how many defensive players do you think got cut from?
That's
both
what I was
teams?
that's what I was thinking. Cause
or the defensive coordinator.
Well, I know Green Bay scored off 2. They won 51. I think it was 51-31, something like that. But Green Bay scored off 2 pick sixes. So it was like the first play of the game, and then the first play in the second half. that was the crazy part, yeah. But we saw Cleveland last night play, and, the big talk has been Baker Mayfield, right? And, he's playing well, doing well in training camp, although Tyrod is playing well as well. Both of them yesterday had decent games. Nothing, I think Baker threw for 75 yards. He was like 8 for 12. Tyrod was like 5 for 7 for 40-something yards or something like that. It wasn't nothing big. Mayfield had a touchdown that was called back. It was reversed and called back. So, but still, it's been a lot of talk about those two. And then Sam Darnold, all these young quarterbacks, especially in Buffalo. So, looking at this, especially the rookie quarterbacks, I know we've been spoiled. We were spoiled in 2012 when you saw 4 quarterbacks. I think it was 5 that was like high profile with Tannehill, and I forgot the other one that didn't do well. Who was the other one that didn't do well? Wheaton, yeah. But 3 of those quarterbacks made the playoffs that rookie season who started off, and it was different because you had Andrew Luck, who was drafted number 1 overall, Robert Griffin III, who was drafted number 2 overall. Then you had Russell Wilson, who was drafted in the 3rd round. And Wilson came in because he took over the job of somebody who they paid all this money. But yes, still, so I can understand that. It was more of, this is what we see, we like this guy. But the other 2, they were your starters, you want to start them. They all made the playoffs.
Right.
Now you're wondering with 2 of those 3 that made the playoffs, and Andrew Luck, and then RG3, who is backup now. So, saying all of that, my question is, do we think that rookie quarterbacks should sit for at least half the season, if not the entire season, like they used to do back in the old days?
I think they should, and I know it does happen sometime. A rookie quarterback comes out and just blows it away. Like RG3 did his rookie year, right? Didn't he blow it away? But then look at the results now. He's a backup, actually, to the backup. But I take, for instance, in my opinion, probably the best quarterback in the league right now, Aaron Rodgers. He sat, for 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, and 4. He sat for 4 years. And that's, of course, going to extend his career. But it also, look at what he does, like the way he's able to read the game. And albeit he did sit behind, one of the greatest, but even Darnold sitting behind McCown, I think that would even be good because McCown has shown that he knows the game. He knows how to play. He may not be the greatest quarterback in the league, but he still can teach Darnold how to be a professional, how to read defenses, how to do this. So I do think that sitting behind for at least a season. I'm not even saying the second season they may be ready, but at least one season. And, of course, depending on your quarterback situation. If you have what's Nate Peterman, that guy that threw 5 interceptions in the first quarter.
In the first 5 minutes of the game.
If you got him, then I could definitely understand that second season, putting him out there. But I think, man, that first season sitting is definitely good. I even think that, Trubisky should have actually sat throughout all last season, and we could have let Glennon play for it.
I always say that everything to me is situational. I don't necessarily want to put somebody in the box. D already referred to the Aaron Rodgers. I can even go back to Steve Young and Joe Montana. We saw how that turned out. But look at the franchises. Green Bay, San Francisco. You're talking about franchises that normally keeps great quarterbacks, and they're known for great quarterbacks. So in those situations, it's probably best to sit a rookie quarterback. But then you can go to a situation where you in Houston, it's not an organization that is known to be a football tradition, but why would you sit Deshaun Watson? You see what I'm saying? So you can kind of go back and forth, or like Dee said, the quarterback situations, but I wouldn't want to put it in the box because sometimes you could hold or be held or you can be holding back a situation where, like a Deshaun Watson. Then you saw Peyton Manning get thrown in the fire. He had to take his bumps, but look at the results. I think John Elway was one of the same, in my opinion. So it just kind of depends on the situation. I think you got to really, really look at the situation. Look at what you have. Are you in contending mode or rebuilding mode is another formula that you can kind of look at. So I just look at it that way.
Definitely a good point.
Well, when I think about the quarterbacks, like you stated, you look at 49ers, you see how they've done their quarterbacks. Now, I think Joe Montana came in starting, but Steve Young actually was drafted by Tampa. He played in Tampa. It was awful. But it, like you said, it helped them. But they were awful too.
The
organization, right.
James Wilder, the running back.
That was horrible. But like you said, when he got there, he sat. But Miami, when they sat Dan Marino, he didn't start when he came out.
They eventually started him.
Right, but that's why I said
think he only
half the
sat
season.
for maybe 2-3 games.
It was like 4 games. I think he sat 4 games. But I'm saying, though, they sat him. It was like, all right, he's probably better than every quarterback on our roster. But we want him to see what's going on and learn from the, outside to see how guys
that was
going.
a unique situation because when they drafted Marino, they had just went to the Super Bowl with David Woodley. So Marino fell to them.
Right.
And they're like, well, we're going to stick with Woodley and see if we can get back to the Super Bowl. It wasn't working out. Okay, let's go ahead and put Marino
Right.
in.
But I think that's how it should be, though, because, 2012, that was a unique year. You would never see anything like that again. And like he said, even with Trubisky, I call him True. With Trubisky, when he came in, they sat him down for 4 or 5 games. The season was over with, put him in. Donovan McNabb, the season was over with, all right, let's put him in. I think it serves well because now you get to hear the calls, you get to see everything, and then it's like, all right, I think I'm ready, let's go in.
And then even when they put him in, the playbook was so closed and limited. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then he didn't have receivers also. So you know what I mean?
Well,
that
we
with
talking about?
Trubisky.
Oh.
That was really it wasn't an ideal situation. But I also understand, what H.O. was saying. You kind of want them to get some of that experience, some of that
I do think Peyton Manning starting was cool because it was like, look, man, we were the worst team. Were they the worst team the year before? I think they were the worst team the year before.
One game. I
One
think.
game.
15, yeah.
We don't have anything to lose.
Troy Aikman was horrible his first year.
He was 1-15.
Only reason why I think Mayfield should sit, in a sense, I shouldn't say he should sit, but because they got Tyrod. It's like you get Tyrod.
They got a good quarterback situation.
That's the situation. Like if you have an established quarterback, if he's getting older or if he's just a bridge to your franchise quarterback, you could sit that rookie,
right?
Because you have somebody that you trust that you can put in. That's why with the Ravens, you have Flacco, but you drafted Lamar Jackson, so you're thinking about the future.
Yep.
But you're going to go ahead and stick with Flacco for now.
Right. And you're both in rebuilding mode.
Exactly.
Right.
And with that, even with, last week it was after Baker's one game, everybody was like, oh, put him in. Then after last night, it's like you see that he's a rookie. You see that he needs the time to develop. But, and again, we know they went, they went 0-16 last year, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
We know, we don't expect them to be 10-6, but they look competent now.
I think
Cleveland looks competent.
I think it serves him well if he sits. Even if they bring him in, I don't think they hopefully Tyrod does well, but if they bring him in mid-season, just so because he has an experienced quarterback there that's decent.
Why do everybody keep disrespecting Tyrod Taylor? Like, I just don't get it.
Well, either way, you have to think long term when you draft a quarterback.
Right.
Number one, you have to think long term. Yep. Is he's going to be the face of our franchise for the next 12 to 15 years? Mm-hmm. That's what the Colts thought when they drafted Peyton Manning.
Yep.
And then when they had the opportunity to draft Andrew Luck, they let Peyton Manning go. It's like it's like nothing changed.
Right.
As far as this is the face of our franchise, we have a quarterback, and a lot of teams mess up in trying to find a quarterback and as far as developing him. Sometimes if you don't have a quarterback on your team, start that rookie. Start him right now because you don't have anybody.
But
else.
I think that's the most. I think this is probably the most. What's the word I want to use? Well, I'll say this. I think everybody looks at a starting quarterback as this, okay, he's a starter. But I don't think you could probably name maybe 16 valuable starting quarterbacks, like a starting quarterback. It's hard to find.
Well, yeah, not every team has
a solidified starting quarterback. Like, it's for real. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That you can say, okay, I can start him next year. It's not that many in the NFL.
Well, like this, when Cam Newton was drafted, their starting quarterback the year before was Casey Clausen. Casey Clausen, he's had a year in the league now. You going to start him over Cam Newton?
Garbage. Right. And I mean,
you going to put Cam in the game.
And I know when you brought up the Andrew Luck and Peyton Manning, Peyton Manning played about 2-3 more years after that, roughly somewhere in that range. Maybe four. I was just thinking they didn't even really have to get rid of Peyton at that time. That would have been a good bridge, him sitting back for a year. And I know Andrew Luck came in. And
I think his contract was up.
Okay. It was.
His contract was up. That's why.
And the reason why they let
27, it was up.
27 million.
And they let Andrew start because they saw it in Peyton. They probably was trying to be geniuses because the first pass play Peyton ever threw in preseason, it was a touchdown. But what was it? A screenplay. Andrew Luck's first pass ever in the NFL's preseason was a screenplay to a touchdown. Hey, we have this.
We have the next.
Why don't we do this? And it almost worked.
Shout out to Andrew Luck. Hope he come back healthy.
Right. Yeah. We have to go. But quickly, you all opinion. I just want you all's opinions on this helmet rule. What you've seen so far in preseason. Does this need to be changed?
Yo, it's hard, man. It's hard for you to play football from 5 years old, and then at 32, they say this is how we need you to tackle now.
And that's how you've been. And then even with the tackles, you see they go down low. I mean, if you tackle with your shoulder, your head can't, because your head's in front of your shoulder. And you can't help but to.
I think that's going to be part of the problem. It's going to turn into the catch rule. You know what I mean? It's going to turn into what's the foul, when is it not a foul, and
it's a sport where like the low man wins. So if you're trying to go low to get leverage, I guess they want you to like bring your shoulders down, but like keep your head where it is.
They want you to look up man in his
That's
eye
correct.
when you hit him.
A couple of seasons ago in college basketball, they tried this physical thing where the referee is going to call all these fouls. But then when the season started, they kind of loosened up a little bit. They grabbed some tape. And I just think personally that this is what the NFL is going to go to. Right now, they're just throwing everything out just to grab some video and to see exactly where we need to draw the line. Because if they don't, football will become the new baseball, and they're going to lose fans.
Yeah, you remember, and I'll end it with this, because they did it a couple years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago. Remember they did it with the defensive penalty? Remember they got real strict? Mm-hmm. And in preseason, like every pass play, then when it came to season, it wasn't as bad. So you're right.
Probably trying to just learn it.
Exactly. Yeah, they're trying to learn it. So we'll be patient. We're gonna be patient. We ain't go get on the Roman noodles and sell all the noodles yet. We're gonna be patient and let it play out.
Yeah, it's very breaking, but you're right. All right, we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Radio.
Tune in.
Now. You can tune in to this radio station on any smartphone or tablet. iPhone, Android, BlackBerry, Nokia, Samsung, Windows phones, or whatever you have. Download the free TuneIn app from your phone or tablet's app store. Tune in with music, sports, news, and comedy from over 70,000 radio stations around the world, including this Beasley Broadcast Group station. Check it out at tunein.com or your app store.
Hey, what's going on, sports fans? It's the 2018 Battlegrounds champion, Damian Adams, from The Real Deal with Damian Adams. Now, you can catch my show weekly on the 3-Point Conversion station on Spreaker Radio. But for right now, I'm doing what everybody else should be doing, and that's listening to Mr. Controversy and The Intellectual in the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge.
You're back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge with Mr. Controversy and The Intellectual.
All right, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. All right, we're moving to baseball, Major League Baseball. We already mentioned these Atlanta Braves playing out their minds. Proud of them. They lost the last 2 games though, but they're battling this fact that they're young and they're playing like this. We have a Atlanta Braves big fan of Atlanta Braves
since 1977.
Since 1977.
Absolutely, I'm showing my age.
That's before I was born.
Showing my age.
Wow. Will youth play a part? I asked this question before you were on here. You were sitting right next to me, and I asked you this before, and you said you think it will. You think because we thought they would fade off, right? Because they won like the first 8 games. Something. I mean, not 8 games, but they were like the first 10 games. They would look pretty good. I'll ask you that again, and I asked him the same question as well on another show. Do you think the youth will play a part either way, or how do you think it will play? Because it's going to play a part either way. Either they're going to be too naive to know that they shouldn't be playing this way and they shouldn't be winning, or it's going to get big and they're going to get nervous.
I like to call it young and dumb. And to your point, while we are seeing the youngsters solidify and make this youth movement what it is because this is the way we've chosen to do it, but the stability has been the veterans. Nick Markakis is leading the league in hitting.
Right.
First All-Star game. Freddie Freeman continues to mash and smash. So the cornerstones of the Braves team has been the veterans to allow the rookies to play freely and be young and dumb. So I think it's a combination of both, if you ask me, because now you're putting yourself in a position to say, should we sign Markakis back to a 2 or 3 year deal, or should we actually go after Bryce Harper? We got the league's leading hitter. He's protecting Freddie Freeman, and they're hitting back-to-back. And they're going to let the young guys just play freely. The young guys, I'm going to put Acuna and Albers in 1 and 2. Let them get on base, and we're going to let the veterans hit them in. So it's a combination of both. But I do like the youth movement that the Braves are actually doing, because the youth movement of the pitching staff has really garnered some steam as late. Sean Newcomb hadn't had a great the last 2 games he's got smashed. But Fultonevich has really stepped his game up, and I like what we saw from Tuca Toussaint, his step-in start a couple of days ago. So I think the youth will have a big part, but let's not forget about the veterans.
I think, all year we've been saying, even when it first started, we was like, well, it's early. What the rookies going to do? They going to tell off. I think they showing us what they are. They going to be here. I think beginning of the season we thought it was a rebuild year. It's supposed to be a rebuild year. They said, no, we not rebuilding. We going about our business. Like H.O. said, the veterans are allowing them to play freely. They're talking to them like, just keep playing your game. Just don't let the the media get to you. Don't let the playoff pressure get to you. Just go out there and play. And sometimes when you're young, you forget that you're not supposed to be it. Yep. You forget that you know that these things are supposed to be happening. So, man, I'm happy for them. I'm glad they doing what they doing, and man, I don't see why they're gonna stop.
I think that the veterans have been rejuvenated by these young kids.
That's a good point.
I think the way that the young kids are, look how Albies and Acuna, how they interact with each other, like, and always playing around and laughing, and then the other young kids, Camargo and all that, like it's showing these, like, Freeman. It's funny because Freeman's always been that guy that's even keeled, just real calm, but you can kind of see it in him. Like, he hit a home run the other day. I think it was against the Marlins. And
of course.
Yeah, everybody was hitting home runs.
Yeah, he got 8 home runs against them for the season.
Right, but right. But he hit a home run against the Marlins, and I remember he was coming off, and usually he's just running and jogging off. But he looked at the Marlins. This is before Acuna got hit, but he looked at their dugout, and then he came and looked at his dugout, and he pointed at him. And it was just like, wow, Freeman doesn't usually do that,
And sometimes that's what makes that season special, right?
Yep.
Like, and I always bring up the Cubs, but the year that we won was 2016, right?
Right.
Like, the atmosphere, right?
Yep.
Everybody was happy. Everybody was smiling. Like, that's the atmosphere that happens, and that's what's been in Atlanta this year. If you keep that atmosphere up, man, nothing but good things can happen.
And also, we can't even overlook the fact that they got veteran catchers in Tyler Flowers and Kirk Suzuki, who is holding down a young staff, got good veterans who are, if you link their position together, they may be the best hitting catching combo in the league. When you put all of their stacks together and just look at the catcher position, they're holding down a young staff as far as the pitching, and they're doing their job and things of that nature. They come up with some timely hits, but it's still that veteran presence that allows these young guys to be young and dumb, and to your point, could kind of rejuvenate some of these older guys as veterans. So I think it's like hand in hand. It's like peanut butter and jelly, the Jack and the Jill. And I think it's going to really show up. 41 games left. They only play 2 teams that are at 500. All other games, teams over 500. So it's going to be a telltale in the next 41 games. What are these, what they call them, the baby Braves are made of?
Now, what about, let's move to the American League. Like, it's almost to the point where I think Boston should get a technical foul. Like, J.D. Martinez should get a technical foul.
Mookie.
All of them should get technical fouls. It's not even fair. Like,
just have them get thrown at the first pitch.
Boston will fight you, though.
Yeah, Boston gonna fight.
Boston will fight
they
you.
Gonna fight
yeah, they'll fight you.
Well, they can afford. They can afford to.
They can afford to.
I mean, they 10 games ahead of the Yankees. I mean,
Is there any threat though? Do you think?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, and I've said this on my show. The Oakland A's are playing baseball. one game out of first place. They had a walk-off home run last night against the Houston Astros. Houston pitching has gone down. Carlos Carrera has not even coming back from the DL. He has not gotten back on track yet. We hadn't heard from Altuve this season, pretty much like he normally has a great season. He's still hitting.
Balling, yeah.
He's
But
still
just
hitting.
quiet, yeah.
But obviously Boston and
Right.
Martinez and Mookie Betts are taking over everything.
Right.
But the Oakland A's are balling. Though this is the team to watch out for. Cleveland may be in the worst division in baseball. They've already sold up their position. Jose Ramirez hit another home run last night. I think he's tied with J.D. Martinez with 37 home runs now. Watch out for Cleveland. Trevor Bauer gets hit.
Hurt,
He's going to be
yeah.
out 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's going to hurt their chances. So I like Cleveland because I think their hitting is good, but it's something about these Oakland A's that says you may not want to play them in the playoffs. You may not want to play them.
And that's how Oakland does.
Yeah,
like when they
exactly.
have them years where they
Exactly.
make them runs. And Houston was running away with it for a minute. But like
Yeah.
you said, one game out, man.
Yeah, they one game out.
Man.
But wouldn't it be a shame, though, if Houston gets it and Oakland has to play
New York for that
the
one
Yankees?
game.
That's to your point,
But
dude.
that would be a class. That would be big. Like, that would be one of the biggest. Man, that'd be huge.
Is CC coming back this year? I know they kind of go resting, but I think. And then.
If he comes back, would you start CC?
No, I got to go.
CC a big game.
And you kind of want to do that because of the big game.
Yeah.
But
He-
you got the 16-game winner. What's the
Sarah Saravino or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, you know-
but then you got to go. You going into the next season. I mean, the next series.
Need.
So you kind of in a bad situation.
But that's his whole point of having that
Right.
one game.
Yeah. You gonna put your best pitcher in the one game to make sure we win this one game.
But
But,
then you
I'm gonna
go to
start
go to
off the 7-game series with not my best pitcher.
Right.
I think that messed up the Cubs, and I know we got to go. That messed up the Cubs the first year they got, because who was our best pitcher? Was
Arrieta.
it Arrieta? And he
Yeah.
started that one. And we won.
He won that, and then he
Yeah.
had to go.
And it was like,
Because you want your A's to pitch 1, 4, and 7.
Right.
Right.
Exactly. 1, 4, 7. If you got to go to 7,
Yeah,
you definitely
you
want
gotta
your
get
ace
the
in
ace
there.
in the
But
seven.
you got to get there first.
You got to get there first.
and that's the.
And that's the whole point. So you really got to have 2 aces, in my opinion.
Right.
All right, man. We're gonna take a quick break, man. Quick. I know this is off the subject. You ever look at the time? I promise you, it was 11:56 for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was.
I'm like, yo, what the heck? Like, anyway, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Have you been looking for a radio station that gives you sports,
I don't believe it. It's a touchdown.
entertainment,
Are you not entertained?
and other special interest talk shows
Well, isn't that special?
all on one app?
Yo, that's dope. What app is that?
It's the Real 1100 AM app for WWE. Grab it for free in your Google Play or Apple App Store today.
Hey, this is Brittany Griner from the Phoenix Mercury, and you listen to the 3-Point Conversion.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. If you hear this music, you know what it means. It means it is time to let you go. But before we let you go, we want to give a couple of shout outs. Stay tuned because you might be in one of them. First, I want to shout out to the big man upstairs, God Almighty. Thank you for this platform. Thank you for keeping me and giving me this opportunity to do what I do, to get on the radio, to talk sports, make people upset, happy, mad, want to get me to stop it button.
Stop it.
He always do that. Like, it's not for that, but no, it's best with you. And like, man, just to have everybody listen, man, that's dope, you know. And I want to thank our special guest, H.O.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man. Hey, real quick, H.O., your show and what time it comes on.
Hey, man, if y'all want to continue to listen to some great sports talk, man, check SRT Sports Roundtable out every Wednesday, 7 to 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on the Real 1100, SRTradio.com.
Yeah, and, you know, like I said, H.O. is not a guest anymore. He's been on here about 4 or 5 times, you know. Never been on the show, but we're going. I'm just playing, man. I know I don't have time, man. I'm just messing with you. But anyway, shout out to our sponsors, Solid Express. Make sure you check them out on 1055 Mansell Road, Suite 600, Roswell, Georgia. Also, 1171 La Vista Road, Northeast Atlanta, Georgia. Seneca's Barbershop, Sucker Free Life LLC. Then I want to thank Miss Crystal Dayon, of course. And then I got to thank my co-host, my road dog, The Intellectual. Appreciate you, man.
Yes. Appreciate you also. Definitely thanks to God for giving us this platform. Of course, my co-host, we always come in here and kill it every Saturday. Special shout out to our guest, H.O. Really appreciate you for coming in. And,
man, love it,
spending
man.
your
Love
knowledge, man. Definitely Engineer G, killing it all the time, always making it happen. Crystal, thanks for being here. You always do your thing also. Shout out to friends and family, all the people that listen every week. We really appreciate y'all. Special shout out, of course, to my cousin Sean and the young homies at Safety Net Facility in Mentor, Alabama. I tell y'all every week, a lot of people may have given up on y'all, but you always going to have family at the 3-point conversion.
Yep. And I want to shout out to my family and friends, beautiful wife, children, cousins, aunties, everybody. I was about to say, dang, G, I can't do it. I thought he cut me off. But anyway, I want to thank everybody else.
Man, y'all taking too long with these.
Right, I want to thank everybody else.
Like, bye.
Hang up the
He
phone.
gotta go to sleep. Hang up the phone.
You got to take his nap. You got to take his
Hang up
nap.
the phone.
But no, man, I want to thank everybody who listened, man. I want to thank Damian Adams from The Real Deal. Show Real Deal with Damian Adams. I want to thank my man Mike Patton. Appreciate you all for listening. Even Rudy Reyes. What's up, Rudy? Appreciate you for listening, sir. And make sure y'all watch Sports Today. 4 football games. I know it's preseason, but it's 4 football games, quadruple header. And you got baseball still. And like I said, shout out to the big 3, man. We covered them last week. It's getting tough. It's getting crazy. Championship game next week. And make sure you love family. Let them know you love them. Eat good. Until then, same time, same show, same crazy host. Until then, will you miss me? I'm out. Peace. You just got done listening to the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Be sure to follow us on our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook accounts at the 3-Point Conversion. And also make sure you check out our website, the3pointconversion.com. Be sure to follow us live and listen every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern.